Hey guys, I just want to talk to you today a little bit about something that I've dealt with in a past relationship of mine, and maybe you're going through this right now or you have dealt with it before in the past. But if you are in a situation or a relationship that is abusive in some form of way, this abuse over time will have a way of eroding you as a person on your insides, I feel like. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about my own personal experiences and observations with regard to this dynamic in a relationship. It might be relatable to you, it might not, but like I said, I just want to share a little part of me with regard to this concept here. But basically, I was in a situation that unfortunately was like a verbal abuse on a daily basis kind of thing. I was just unfortunately with a person that was very damaged and that had a lot of trouble in the past, but was just a hate and anger filled person that just, I don't think, knew how to channel it and how to direct it appropriately. But very unfortunately, I was often, or actually like on a daily basis, I felt like the punching bag or the means for her to release some of this negative energy in the way that she did. And it was just a lot of mean things every day for no reason. It wasn't like I had done something wrong or bad or hurtful to them. It was just this out of nowhere, just constant, mean, rude, deep digs for, like I said, best I can tell, the reasons that I've outlined to you already. Just the her need to channel it out into someone or something. And I was just in the line of fire. And over time, of course, this really wore me down. Now, the sad thing is, I think a lot of you, if you're like me out there, is like you probably are a compassionate person. You are a caring person at your very essence. That's just who you are. And as a result of that compassion you're filled with, you tend to put up with this stuff for a long time. You tend to rationalize it and make excuses for the other person, or just, oh, I feel so bad for them because they've had X, Y, Z, or look, I care about them unconditionally, and I'm going to deal with this. I'm going to take this. I'm going to, whatever. I'm going to handle this abuse and just kind of bottle it up and package it and put it to the side and try to forget about it. Whatever you want to say. But I think over a long enough time period, no matter how strong of a person you are, no matter how compassionate you are, that constant abuse will slowly grind you down. And that was just the point that I got to after a couple years of being in this relationship. Was I literally, as the title of the post is titled here, I felt like my soul was like ground down to a nub. I was just so eroded from like years of hearing this stuff from this person that it like whittled away at my soul. It hollowed out my soul. I felt like every day there was this little, like a burr, like a parasite, or this little thing just taking a small chip out of me, just a small little nip out of me here and there constantly. And as I said, over time, it changed the person that I was, unfortunately, to an extent. And I'm normally a very happy, caring, just, free, happy-go-lucky type of person. I mean, that is my nature. That is the real me when I'm free from these outside influences. But it really saddened me, and it was very gripping. I had a couple instances towards the end where I had changed so much. I mean, like, my close family and friends could just really see it written on my face, I think, those days where I just allowed this hollowed out, ground down nature of my insides to be shown. And even the part about it that really surprised me is I wasn't intentionally trying to show these people, any of my insides or my inner thoughts or feelings or whatever. It was just like I said, it was written all over my face without me doing anything. And I was not aware of that until it was like pointed out to me a few times. But sadly enough, once again, this years of grinding down who I was, I mean, it changed the man that I was around my family, around my friends, in the workplace. It affected my performance in the workplace. It affected my morale in life in general. And as I said, it evolved me from this like just genuinely happy person to somebody who wasn't happy, and somebody who was just, like I said, depleted of some amount of my soul energy, as sad as that sounds. But that's, in the hindsight, looking back, that's the best way that I can encapsulate this element that I had been through in my relationship. And I wanted to make this for somebody out there that might be listening that, as I said, might be going through this right now, or you're dealing with something like this, and just to let you know that, and I think you already know this, and everybody's got to arrive at their own conclusions on their own time and on their own terms about what they're going to do in their relationship. But I really do believe that if this is a dynamic that you've been dealing with for years and you don't see this other person changing despite your constant asks probably for better treatment, then it's probably time to go, and that's probably not a person that you should continue moving through life with in a romantic sense, let's say, or even a friendship or something, or even a family relationship at time. But I'm more talking about romantic relationships, like, let's say, with this example that I'm giving you here. So and I've said this before in other videos, but just a reminder as well. I mean, a good, caring, loving partner, somebody that builds you up and makes you into a better version of yourself, and somebody that grinds you down like this way. And if you are feeling like I'm describing here, if your insides, if your soul is just ground down to a nub, that is not a good partner. That's not a good person for you. That's not somebody that builds you up. That's somebody that's breaking you down. They're slowly chipping away, as I said, at who you are. And it's a very sad thing to have to go through. It's unfortunate. But it's a dynamic that I think a lot of us deal with, and we shouldn't have to. But it does take some inner strength to realize that's going on, and to recognize that's happening to you, and to get the hell out when the time is right, to leave the situation, as hard, however hard it might be. So one other thing I was thinking about too, just before I end the video here, is that I think a lot of times, strangely enough, with people like this in life, it's like it's bizarre, because it's like they're nice to every single person around them, right? Their coworkers, their friends, everybody else that sees them thinks they're, oh, what a nice person, and they're so pleasant and cordial and nice to be around, and they say nice things to other people. But ironically enough, like, here you're the person that's actually in the relationship with them. You're supposed to be their most trusted, their closest, most cared for thing or person in their life. But the irony here is that, like I said, everybody else gets the nice treatment, and you're the enemy. You're the bad guy. You're the bad person. You are the target of all these mean things. And it's like, when you step back and think about that, what sense does that make? It's like, why are you in a relationship with this person if that's what's going on, if that's your dynamic? And it's just something that, as I said, when you're in it, it's hard to see, it's hard to recognize. When you're able to take a step back, or in my case here, I mean, I've got a couple years worth of hindsight now that I've had time to reflect and process things. You see those things, and it's so apparent. But I know when you're in it, it's hard. But hopefully my story, and hopefully me just describing this, maybe casts a little bit of illumination onto your issue, if you are dealing with this specifically. So that's all I've got for you today. I hope you're having a wonderful day. We'll talk again real soon.